Hey guys, what's up? This is Immune Basis.
And the Metallica Guru here.
And I've asked the Metallica Guru to join me in Season 2 of my Nickelodeon rants. And I asked him, hey, do you know Hey Arnold? And he said, yeah. And so we pretty much kind of just teamed up on this one. So why don't you start about why you think Hey Arnold's great and why it should keep going?
Well, mostly what I like about Hey Arnold was actually, despite the main character, I like the main character Arnold, obviously, but I'm just saying, around his surroundings with other characters, I guess, such as Gerald or Helga, is what really makes the story more interesting. Because we obviously know Helga has a love interest for Arnold, although she secretly hides it with her temper attitude, but secretly she actually has a thing for Arnold. The most awkward and funny thing enough about what Helga does is that every time she talks about Arnold, where no one can see her, that creepy guy called, I guess, was his name Brainy?
Yeah, Brainy.
Brainy. He always comes up behind her and gives her that weird, kind of feeling when he goes.
It's kind of like Butthead a little bit, if you think about it.
Yeah, but every time he would approach her, she would always punch him right in the face. It was one of the most funny parts.
I know.
I've seen the one in the Funhouse one, and that was the best one.
Definitely. So, why do you think the series should at least keep going? Is there some unleft things said in Hey Arnold that, should be answered, or what? What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure everything is unsaid, though, because, it's been a while since I've seen Hey Arnold, but I do know that some of the characters do actually have a profound, what should I say, characteristic of a bond that some characters do share with each other. Maybe there are some things that can be foreshadowed to explain that maybe some things haven't been brought out into the open yet about these characters. For instance, Arnold's parents were very adventurous. Although he never got to see them, but there was some hidden things that you get to see. I guess one episode of when you finally get to meet Arnold's parents, which that's not really foreshadowing, it's just recalling. It's kind of like prequeling, if you would say, but
yeah.
Like in other episodes, they would maybe they should have foreshadowed some things to be brought out, maybe before ending it, or just put in some new episodes.
Well, is that all you have to say for right now?
Yeah, so far.
Alright, so I liked Hey Arnold. I've watched Hey Arnold for quite a while, and Hey Arnold was a good show. Yeah, Helga hasn't admitted, to Arnold, hey, I love you, Arnold, will you go out with me? Instead, she likes to, say stupid crap to him, and I'd actually like to see Arnold kick Wolfgang's ass for once. That would be amazing to see. I'd like to see all the kids fight back at Wolfgang, just one against the whole PS 118 4th grade team. That would be amazing. Wolfgang needs a good ass whooping. And then, let's see. And then you've got the ghost episodes that stars, the cabbie driver, which still unanswered. Then you've got, the dude who lives in the cave on the island. And then you've got the ghost one, Cynthia Snell, or something like that. That's still unanswered, at the very last episode of the very last few, 20, 30 seconds of Hey Arnold, you see Carly tied down to I think a mausoleum or something like that, and Cynthia Snell's ghost comes, but it's still unsaid though, because honestly you see it, but could it be somebody else? Who knows? Because they leave that stuff, and I understand it's a kid show, but kind of explain it a little bit more, say, hey, let's investigate a little bit more, Now, the big huge thing, like you said, Metallica Guru, is Arnold's parents. Oh my god, I've been on this case for years. Okay, they've shown Arnold's parents for, a couple of flashbacks and stuff like that, and they dedicated a special episode about showing Arnold's parents and stuff, like why they went back. It's unknown if they're dead or not, because, they went back to the island. They could still be at the island alive researching. They could still be dead. Who knows? They should at least, you know, show Arnold and his family and everybody going to search for his parents. I mean, they found the map of where they are, but they're not doing nothing. They just found the map. They're just still sitting there at the boarding house going like, duh, for the past, like, what? The show ended in 2004, past, like, 8-9 years. Going, duh, let's go do stuff, Gerald. Okay. So sitting there actually going to look for the parents. I mean, come on now. That's, like, would be a big step. That honestly does drive me mad. I mean, Matagaru, do you think that, you know, if, like, let's say if they had a similar show to Hey Arnold, but instead they didn't show the parents, but you see so much flashbacks, and then they actually found something that could mean that they're alive, but they don't show it, and then they just end the series 2 episodes later. Do you think you'd be pissed?
Well, to be honest, I'd be kind of, you know, that's kind of a little bit of a horrendous punch in the face just to find out, but maybe it could be explained, maybe something could happen, maybe something is not exactly explained yet, or that's up to the audience too. So it's kind of, it just really depends on how really the ending goes. I mean, usually, even in video games, even in other movies, like when you think something ends, but then like when, I know this is kind of sounding a little bit off, but you watch the end of the credits and then all of a sudden something pops up to really clarify the ending of the movie, although this is the TV series we're talking about, but I think something like that would have been best explained. I mean, let's just say something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, they don't show it. I mean, here's the funny part. I mean, I'm going off subject, but think about Rugrats. Do you know, you've seen Chucky's, you have not seen Chucky's mom at all until like later on. I think when Dill comes around, you start seeing like pictures, memories coming all in, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And then there's a special episode where they go and they visit her grave. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Chucky's mom is dead? But I watch another episode which I haven't seen. I'm sitting there like, so she died from a disease. What kind of disease? They don't explain it. So, you know, that's kind of like a middle finger in the face. It's like saying, Superman died out of nowhere. It's like he's just flying and then just dies. And then that's the end of the movie. That's a piece of bullshit. It's like that pretty much. So, do you think that, you know, they should explain stuff better, you know, in a show or episode, you know?
Well, I mean, if they came back to at least make maybe like just a couple, maybe to 1 to 4 episodes to explain everything else,
yeah,
that could be a reasonable way. But actually, you know what? There's really no other way I would say it. I think at least, I mean, it's kind of like what they did with Ed and Eddie back in Cartoon Network, and they finished it off with 1 episode just to wrap everything up.
Yeah, like 1 full long movie. I think 2-hour movie. I think. But yeah. You know, yeah. But it's ridiculous though, cause you know, I mean, I thought Hey Arnold's first movie or the big movie, whatever it's called, I thought they were gonna go in search of his parents. No, they saved the neighborhood, but which I mean, a lot of people said it was the second movie, but I actually liked it. It was pretty good, but saving the whole neighborhood was actually pretty cool. I mean, you know, yeah, but. It's okay though, you know. But yeah, I mean they should at least make like a movie or a television movie or like maybe another season to explain a lot more things. Like, does Helga finally go out? Speaking, did you know that Phoebe liked Gerald? Or I think Gerald liked Phoebe. Did you know that?
To be honest, quite frankly, no.
They kind of hit it off, I think, in a couple of episodes. I mean that'll be interesting to see. Maybe they could explain why Gerald's, so unlucky. Let's see. They could explain, Hey Arnold's parents, maybe the ghost, like, you know, stuff like that, you know. It's ridiculous, you know. Because there's so many things that I will say that is unexplained, you know, that can't, you know, that are still open. You know, the grave is still open for Hey Arnold. You know, I mean, it's like the Three Stooges, you know, they said once the final Three Stooge person who was, I think who was it, I think Curly Joe or something like that, they said they finished nailing it or something like that. And they said that was it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. They put the final nail into the coffin and said, that's it, Three Stooges are done. But their legacy still goes. So, the grave of Hey Arnold is still open.
It's just a question of why aren't they going to explain the rest is kind of the only thing we're asking.
I know, because, I mean, they're not explaining, you know, like, is his parents still alive? I mean, they show them going away on a stormy night. I mean, their plane could have crashed, yeah. I mean, maybe they could have survived and they got nurtured back to health, but there was no way back to civilization. You know. What do you think, Metallica Guru?
Basically, I'm thinking the same thing, only except I'm thinking, you know, why can they at least show a little bit of a clue to confirm it? I mean, if there's a gravesite within the movie that, you know, he finds out that, okay, his parents were buried in so-and-so, like, out of state, you know, out of town.
Out of the country.
True.
Because they did go out of country. So, I figured out why they canceled... Hey Arnold got canceled, and here's why. There was a fight between the creator of the show, Craig Bartlett, who was the creator of the show and the comic Hey Arnold. Basically, Craig tried to make a new show and wanted to make amends with Cartoon Network, but it didn't work, so instead of doing it with Nickelodeon. So, you know. It's kind of sad, though, honestly. You know, that's kind of stupid. Just to fight. Get the fuck over it. It's fucking, you know, just say, hey, I'm sorry. Go back to work, you know? I mean, there's still things, you know, that are still left unsaid, you know? Like, well, what's a good show that is still left unsaid?
SpongeBob. It's still going.
Well, a show that ended, but, you know, still had some things, still left unsaid. What's a good show that was on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon that you could think of? I mean, there was a bunch, but let's just go with, a Cat Dog ended good. The Wild Thornberries actually had a lot. Let's see. How about something from Disney? Do you think anything from Disney?
Nah, I'm not really, to be honest, no offense to Disney fans, I'm not really a Disney person, but the exception, though, of Jungle Book. And I think this is going to wrap up our little session, so I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Alright, guys, we're going to end this short, but, you know, like we said, yeah, stuff like that. Well, alright, guys, this is Emmy and Basis, and I'm going to sign out for the Metallica Guru, and we hope you all have a good night.